Nicolas Pepe had an interesting start to his career, to say the least. A guy who had a quick rise to success with Lille to a quick decline at Arsenal. At 28, he's supposed to be at his prime at Arsenal right now, but instead he's in Turkey with Trabzonspor, and there's reasons why it didn't turn out the way Pepe wanted it to be at Arsenal. Looking back at Pepe and where he started, he was actually a 14-year-old goalkeeper playing in Paris for his local team before making the move to Poitiers because of his dad, who was a prison guard that transferred to that city. This is the moment Pepe started playing as the outfield player. He spent 2 years there before making the move to Angers, and although he didn't play at first for the first team, he was loaned out to Orleans and he ended up making a very good impression, and he played in the 2016-2017 season for Angers and he returned. He ended up having a promising season there and he made a very good impression, which led Lille to spend 10 million on the Ivory Coastan winger. This is where Pepe hype started. In his first season, we can call him the savior of that team, of that Lille team. If he didn't join Lille that season, in my opinion, they would have got relegated. Pepe had 13 goals and 17 contributions that season, and the next highest player in terms of contribution that season was Luis Araujo with 8 contributions. The difference in contributions show how important Pepe was in that season. Without him, no doubt they would have got relegated. They finished 17th that season, but they were looking forward to what this 22-year-old at the time star had to bring next season. And it's fair to say he didn't disappoint at all. In the 18-19 season, Lille's performance took a whole 180, and they went from 17th to 2nd, just in a matter of a season. A big reason for this jump is because of Nicolas Pepe. With 33 goal contributions in League One, Pepe put the world on notice and was ready to take that jump to a big team. Teams like Bayern, PSG, and many more were interested in Pepe, but it seemed like Lille priced him out, which seemed to decrease the interest of a lot of big clubs, except for one club. Arsenal was willing to pay 70 to 80 million fee in order to get Pepe, and were sure that he was the perfect player to become a star in that team. Even at that moment, I didn't think Pepe was worth that much. He was a top 2 player in League One, yes, but I felt like there were a lot of other players, a lot of other right wingers that could do what he could do. And to be honest, he had only one world-class season. But anyway, in his first season for Arsenal, I didn't think Pepe was that bad. He had some good moments. I mean, he scored a goal against United to give Mikel Arteta his first ever win as an Arsenal coach, and he crossed the Van Dijk that one time, which got Arsenal fans hyped. In his second season, he still had fans confused on what he could be. He didn't start off in the best of fashion in his second season, but he ended on unbelievable form, and he looked like the Pepe we knew from Lille. He had 5 goals in his last 3 starts to end the season, and that's as much as he had in the first season in the Premier League. Fans were willing to give him a chance. A lot of them, thought that Pepe would blow up in his third season after such a strong end. But unfortunately for Pepe, after the struggles to begin the season, a certain man stepped up and took a spot for good. And his name is Starboy, Bukayo Saka. Pepe never really got the chance again, and Mikel Arteta completely ignored him. Again, he just looked out of place in the Premier League. He was loaned out to places that he's very familiar with, and that's League One. For Nice, Pepe was alright, I would say. He had injuries, to be honest, and he didn't look like the Pepe we knew. He didn't look the same. And after that, Arsenal just ended this experiment. They didn't even give him another chance to be a backup winger. No chance. They sold him for 2 million to Trabzon. This is the story of Pepe. I mean, it's crazy how much of a fall off he had. He had one great season, maybe 2, because the season where he kept Lille in the League One, that's very impressive as well. He was the best player in that season, but the second season, he blew up like crazy. But I think he should have stayed another season. I think the move was too soon for him, and the expectations were too high. Pepe is not that guy that can get you the same amount he was getting you in League One. Those goals, 22 goals in League One. The only guy ahead of him was Mbappe. He had 10 assists. The only guy ahead of him was Savanier that season. He is not that guy that can get you those type of stats every single season, in my opinion. There's a lot of right wingers that play like him, and Saka, he came and he did a better job than him. So in the end, it's a very sad ending for Pepe. I guess he's not as good as we thought he was going to be. I don't know if he's a flop or Arsenal's a flop, but overall in his career, I think he had a good career in League One. He at 28 going to Trabzonspor, it's a huge flop and a huge loss for Arsenal. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know any other players that you thought were the biggest flop in Premier League history. Pepe's up there for sure. Subscribe, like, and peace out.